Hey babes, it's October. The leaves are changing color, it's cold outside, and it's officially fall. And so today's topic, seasonal decor, might just actually be a little bit late. Whatever, still gonna go with it. I want to talk about seasonal decor just because, at least for those of us who are into interior design, it's something that we think about at least 4 times a year. And I see varying levels of success when it comes to seasonal decor. And now you might be asking yourself, who are you to say anything about anything? And you're right, I'm not here to tell you what to do at all, but just like anyone else who posts videos of themselves on the internet, I have opinions, and who knows, you might agree with me. Now, when it comes to seasonal decor, I actually am not a huge fan, which is maybe not the way to kind of sell this video, but hear me out. Basically, I'm in my late 20s. For the last decade, I've lived in shared flats, lived with friends, I've moved around in Norway, out of Norway, I've been all over the place, and so investing in seasonal decor has not been a priority. Also, growing up, Christmas was really the only kind of holiday or season that we actually decorated for in my home, and so I think that's the only one that's actually stuck with me. And so in the name of practicing what I preach, I will decorate for fall in this video. I might not be a professional, but I try. Around this time, there's also a lot of holidays. There's Halloween. You might celebrate Thanksgiving. And then we're moving into Christmas season. But you know what? We're going to come back to that in December. Right now, let's just focus on the 3 months of fall. I kind of prefer to make small seasonal tweaks instead of overhauling my entire space. I want to be able to style my existing interior design instead of, replacing everything every 4 months. Personally, I think that fall decor, when well executed, kind of goes hand in hand with the concept of hygge, which just basically means to create a warm and cozy atmosphere. The word hygge in itself is Danish, but I'm Norwegian, and Swedes, we all have our own words for it. It exists in all the Nordic countries because we all struggle with darkness and coldness for about 6 months of the year. And so in order to avoid the winter depression, this is a way to do it. And so I want to keep that in mind when decorating my home, but I do want to start out by, bitching a little bit. I'm sorry, but I have a couple of pet peeves, and we might just be entering hater territory. And so if you feel offended, I'm sorry, but I don't know you. You can do whatever you want. Not just any type of sign. The happy fall, y'all. Sweater weather. Pumpkin spice and everything's nice. Pumpkin patch. Hello, pumpkin. Welcome home, pumpkin. Harvest. Fall. I don't need a sign to tell me it's fall. I can just look outside the window. Furthermore, I don't need a pillow to tell me to put on a jumper. I sleep with the window open. I know it's cold outside. And so, unless you're running a restaurant or a cafe, or you actually need to show me the directions to the pumpkin patch, I don't think you need any of these signs. Now, this might just be an unpopular opinion. I stand by it. I don't think you need any of these signs in your interior design. If you already have it, no comment. Okay, I know, pumpkins are a fall staple. You can't get around it. I mean, I'm not above a pumpkin spice latte. I like it. And I'm not above pumpkins. They're delicious. What I don't think you need is 40 similar pumpkins, all in the same size, all made out of plastic, all covered in glitter. No, you don't need it. You also don't need to create a pumpkin patch in your living room. My point is, be a little bit strategic about them. Having too many of that type of item is just gonna clutter your space. I don't know. You don't need it. You also don't need a pillow shaped like a pumpkin. And then my kind of final pet peeve is, it's actually a bunch of things, but I'm gonna say heavy-handed themes and inconsistent styles. My boyfriend calls me a what you say in English, a trout, which is basically slang for saying that I'm your favorite target. Like, obviously not always. I try to think for myself, but if marketing's done well, I will consider your product. I will. I'm a freaking trout. Point being, there's a bunch of us, okay? And so if you walk into a well-designed shop with the nice little candles and a bunch of little decorative things, you might just freaking buy it, which is fine because I've been there. But I think that when decorating your home, you kind of want to be a little bit selective about your style. So let's say you've already thrown in 5 signs telling me it's fall, and you also have a bunch of pumpkins and a couple pillows with letters and pumpkins on them. If you then also kind of throw in a bunch of little themed knickknacks scattered around and you're just kind of going all in on everything, I'm not gonna walk into a place like that thinking, oh damn, this is good interior design. Like, that's not gonna happen. I do want to say that there's a massive difference between decorating your home for an event or like a celebration like Thanksgiving or Halloween and decorating for an entire season. So you don't want to have all of the things I just mentioned and then also throw in some hay balls, freaking skeletons in the closet, some fake spiders, broomsticks in the corner. Like, no, don't do that. Just like, don't do that. There's a huge difference between decorating for an event and decorating for a season. Well, now that I'm done being a bit of a bitch, if you made it this far and don't hate me yet, I do want to talk about some of the things you could do instead. I don't think seasonal decor needs to be all that difficult. So I've actually narrowed it down to 3 simple steps that I think anyone can do regardless of their budget, regardless of where they live, regardless of their style, because let's be real, everyone has different tastes. But I do think there are like some universal ways to do seasonal decor easy that anyone can do. Specifically that I think is applicable to every single season is to consider your color scheme. What's happening outside. An example would be to stay away from neon-y or very like bright, oversaturated artificial colors such as like neon oranges or neon greens. These are appropriate for Halloween, definitely, but for the 3 months of fall, not so much. There are ways to incorporate it, like obviously if your style is exclusively neon, don't listen to a word I say. But generally, the colors of fall are not saturated. They are muted, they are earthy, they are dark and moody, all of that. Basically what you see in the trees is the colors that you should bring inside. Let me underline though that like anything else, this is a matter of preference and you should obviously tailor this to what suits your home the best. If you're unsure on how to go about it, using websites such as Coolers can be a great tool for finding the perfect mix of colors. It's free to use and the site lets you lock in colors you love, generate matching shades, and adjust until you find the perfect color palette. So even though the colors of fall should be your guidance, a tool like this can help you create a color palette that is specifically made for your space. Now that you kind of narrowed down your color scheme, it's time to focus more on the decor pieces itself. If you do like watching interior design videos, you've heard this before, and it is to change out the textiles in your home. More specifically, your pillows, your throws, it could be your curtains, your bedding, your kitchen towels, just all the textiles in your home. It's a really simple way to change up the kind of color scheme of your home without actually having to swap out any of the bigger pieces. And you can even make your own pillows. Basically, my pillow game has been so weak. I haven't really been able to kind of find any pillow covers that I actually liked. You know, Paige Wassel didn't ship her pillows internationally, so I was like, well, I can make pillows. So I did make pillows, and I've never done it before, but I think they turned out really cute. Pillows. Okay, so I know making your own pillows might seem a bit daunting, but it is a great way to bring warmth and personality into your home. And by making them yourself, you get to handpick the fabrics, colors, and textures that best complement your home. Personally, the fabric I chose was the most important part of the project, as using high quality fabrics ensures that they last through the season. And I'm a huge sucker for wool, and wool in particular is soft, it's durable, it holds its shape up beautifully over time, and it also brings in the warmth that make fall decor so inviting. And to be completely honest with you, I'm probably just going to keep these covers year round, but that's not the point. If you're not lazy, like I am, you could then change up the covers moving into spring, or Christmas is coming up first. So maybe choose a little bit more festive pillow covers. Let it be said though, you don't need a pillow saying Merry Christmas. Okay. Going into spring, you could choose like more pastel colors and fabrics such as linen and cotton to kind of give your living room a little bit more of a fresh feeling. So, changing out your pillows and throws, easiest way to change up your interior design without actually having to make like big changes. And you can be crafty. The second thing I think you could do for your fall decor is investing, or not investing, it's not going to require any big investments. It's just like changing up your candlesticks and bringing in a lot of candles. Now, you don't want to bring in a lot of scented candles, because if you throw in 5 different scented candles, the smell's going to just be overpowering. It's just it's not gonna be nice. Obviously, 1 or 2, or like putting them in different rooms, sure, go for it. But the whole point with candlesticks is that it's such an easy way to bring in that color scheme that I already mentioned. So like in summer and spring, you might not even use candles, but they're usually pastels or white and stuff. For fall and winter, I think it's such a good opportunity to choose something like this, like a darker color. Also, it's a key element to creating hygge, but from the perspective of making it last all year round, or how to make the actual decor piece easily transition from season to season, I think it is by focusing on the candle holders. Personally, I am a big fan of the vintage ones, as they often come with beautiful details and patina that only come from age. You can find some really nice ones made from high quality materials such as silver or brass. It does give you the chance to create a one-of-a-kind collection that will add character to your interior design. The reason that I'm suggesting thrifting them is because if you buy candle holders shaped like pumpkins or shaped like little ghosts, you can only use them around this time, and they are a little bit childish in my opinion. So this is like a great way to make the actual decor item last year round, but changing up the type of candle is more season specific. Then the final thing that I would consider that will work for anyone is bringing in seasonal flowers or produce. So obviously what's nice about using seasonal produce as a decor piece, it's an easy, affordable way of kind of reflecting the season through food. You can eat it, so it's not like you're wasting anything. With seasonal flower arrangements, and it's like so many things that you could do with it. So in one way, you could like obviously change it up quite frequently. You could go outside and pick leaves and twigs and like make your own arrangements, with like the vase being the decor piece that stays year round, whereas the flowers or the seasonal bouquet is what's gonna change up. Oh my god, how many times have I said season? Too many. Speaking of produce though, I know I kind of bitched about pumpkins in the beginning, and so I thought, you know what the hell, I'm gonna challenge myself. I bought pumpkins. I actually got 3 pumpkins because there was 3 for the price of 2. I do want to say they are festive and I like them. I'm not above it, but I think with pumpkins, buying real ones, again, you could eat them. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with being able to eat your decor, but basically you don't have to store them. And they are a little bit more visually interesting than fake ones. And you just want to strategically place a few. You know, 3 is fine for the size of my home. If I had bought 15, it would have been a problem. key takeaways, I think, is that with seasonal decor, it doesn't have to be expensive and it doesn't have to be difficult. The main point is that you are wanting to do seasonal tweaks that accents your existing interior design. So with that, I feel like I've ranted enough, and I do hope you found some of this useful. If you feel personally attacked by my rants on pumpkins and signs, I'm sorry. But at the same time, then maybe my content's not for you. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I'll catch you next time.